Good afternoon. I'm Dom,
I'm Jamie.
and welcome back to the cutting room floor. Today, we're doing a George Miller film, 1979, Mad Max, the original,
A classic.
a classic, in honor of Furiosa coming out soon, which I am interested in.
All right,
I love
you're
ATJ.
on it. Yeah,
I
yeah.
love ATJ.
I'm wondering how she grows
And
up to
Hemsworth.
be Charlize Theron though.
Yeah, I don't know if that would ever happen, but
Yeah,
it's
it's like,
okay. It's okay.
Huh?
No version of Charlize, but that's okay because I
So
was not the biggest Charlize fan. I did love her in Monster, but
that was it.
that's really it. Huh? She's okay.
Did you ever see Atomic Blonde?
Oh, I still haven't watched that. It looks good.
Yeah, same
It's been on my
director
list.
as like Deadpool 2 and I think Bullet Train.
Oh,
and-
okay. I love that.
Yeah,
Both
David
those
Leitch, I
films.
believe, directed it. Yeah, he's a great
Well,
action director.
Yeah, that's been on my list for a little bit, actually. I should watch that soon.
Great soundtrack because it takes place in the 80s.
Oh, you know, I love the 80s.
And James McAvoy's in it too.
You know, I love James McAvoy.
yeah.
You know, my man X.
Yeah.
All right, so Mad Max has an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. A 6.8 on IMDb. And a low 3.3 on Letterboxd. I was kind of shocked by that score. I thought it'd be a little bit higher.
Do you think because it's like a more independent film? Because you could tell it's, I hate to say low budget, but I mean, it's 1979.
It's low budget, but
and it's probably
it
one of his
works.
first films, even if not his first, right?
Gotta be one of his first, right? Because he's still alive, so
Yeah, because George Miller, I mean, he's gone on, like you said, he Babe Pig in the City, right? Or
yeah, that's a
is-
classic. That's
is
his magnum opus.
greatest. I would have said Happy Feet or Happy Feet 2.
I forgot he did those, but I'll
Believe it or
still
not.
take him Babe over both of those.
Really?
Yeah, Happy Feet's okay.
Wow.
Happy Feet 1 was good, but 2 was alright.
So, and I was saying like the Witches of Eastwick, like he does have range as a director. He was supposed to do a Justice League film in 2007 where Army Hammer would have been Batman.
That I
Believe it or
heard
not.
about that. That would
Yeah.
have been cool, you know.
Yeah, 'cause
Army
he-
Hammer had to go and mess.
I think we talked about it before.
I think we did.
Yeah, yeah.
I watched this video on Army Hammer and they were talking about it. But I'm like, Army Hammer went and fucked his career up.
Yeah. I mean, look, when you're hungry, I guess, right?
Oh, gross.
I mean, it's like going to Jeffrey Dahmer's house.
You get a pulled pork, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
Ugh.
pulled pork sounds like Piglet getting a reach around.
Ew, chill.
From Winnie the
Pooh. Yeah, I know
Oh,
who fucking
gross.
Piglet is, and I think
Gross.
everyone else does too.
Gross.
Yeah, gross. Very.
Gross.
So,
I know.
why don't you tell us what Mad Max is about?
Mad Max is about in the future, and the future in this film, since it was released in '79, is like the mid '80s.
Mm-hmm.
In the future,
Right?
yeah. Believe it or not, I was even reading about it.
I'm like, yeah, it's only gotta be like
Yeah, it's only a couple
less
years
than 10 years. That's what I was like.
because the basic story comes from in the '70s when they had like gas crises.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
So it's sort of extrapolated from that. So the future is only a few years out. So it's like the mid '80s, and there's like lawlessness and I want to say decadence in Australia,
Yeah.
in like this wasteland part
Yeah.
where like biker gangs roam around and the MFP, the main force patrol, like try to keep order. So they're like the cops. 'cause
They're like the cops.
They have the bronze badges.
Yeah,
The
and
bronze, because you keep calling them the bronze.
I gotta say one thing since you brought up at the fact that the future is pretty much in the 80s.
Yeah.
George Miller kind of predicted the styles, huh?
He
'Cause,
did,
like,
right?
it looks 80s.
It does,
It does
it
look
does.
80s. I'm like,
It does.
That's pretty impressive. But anyway, go on.
And so the cops drive, there's one that drives a motorcycle, but the rest of them drive these like kind of souped up.
The Interceptors.
Yeah, the Interceptors, or like the Knight Rider in the beginning, he stole one of their pursuit specials.
Yeah,
Which isn't as special as the one at the end.
it's not.
Because the one at the end is
That
really
joint's
special.
souped.
Yeah. So they just kind of try to keep law and order. So there's still like
But
the
they're
court
fucking
system.
cowboys, though.
Oh, yeah,
like,
basically,
they're
yeah.
cowboys.
Yeah,
Like,
because they're
this
wearing
is a
like black
Western.
leather.
Yeah, this is a
And-
Western.
Yeah, it is. You're right, and there's a lot of desert.
Yeah, oh
and
yeah,
just
this is
open
100% a Western.
It's a futuristic pseudo dystopian western.
Yes.
And I
'cause
say dystopian because it's not. There's no apocalypse yet.
yeah, but it's
That's
literally
later
like
Mad
cops
Max
versus
films.
robbers. You know,
That is
they're like
what it
the
is.
biker gang is essentially it's bikes instead of horses. You know,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
roam around, they terrorize motherfuckers, they don't care.
Yeah.
They live like outlaws, and the sheriffs and dudes of the town are trying to stop them.
And you're right, because Max even says at one point to what's his name, Fifi McAfee,
Mhm.
like the big burly,
Yeah, Fifi, my man.
yeah. That
He looked like a gay biker.
Yeah, I was gonna say giving free mustache rides. Yeah, yeah. He says like, I'm afraid that the only thing that's going to separate me from them is this bronze
This
badge.
bronze badge, yeah.
And you're right, because lawmen back then, we talked about it with Tombstone.
Yeah.
They were just as bad.
They were cowboys too.
Yeah, they were just as
all-
bad as the guys are trying to stop.
Kurt Russell killed so many dudes. Like, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, it's like, and you know, I'm shocked that Fifi wasn't in Cruising based on his look in that film. You know, he definitely freaking should have been casting him in Cruising.
Wow. Well, yeah. So Max. So some stuff happens. I mean,
it's not a whole bunch that happens.
No, not really, because it's like this
There's
guy.
some good car chase scenes.
Yeah, some good crashes.
Yep.
And
few scenes of like murder and torture.
Yeah.
A couple key players die.
Yeah, and they like destroy a lot of cars.
Yeah.
And then Max goes on vacation.
Yeah, yeah. He goes on
Halfway
vacation.
through the film, he goes on vacation because he wants to quit the force because his best friend, Jim Goose, dies. And it's Jim Goose's movie, the first half.
It is. Yo, I was literally going to say, I was like, bro, the main character felt like Goose for a while.
Yeah.
Like,
especially, you know, they show him at that bar with that weird chick
singing.
Yeah,
with the chick singing.
Yeah,
I actually really like that part.
The licorice ride and the leather and the bikes.
She was an interesting looking woman.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like, yo, I'm seeing more of this dude than Mel.
Yeah.
I thought Mel Gibson was the lead.
And then like, speaking of things that age badly, which we didn't speak about yet, but I just have to bring it up because when they first show like Max Rockatansky with, I don't think it's his wife, even though they say it's his wife later, because they don't have wedding rings.
Is it not his wife?
Well, they don't have wedding rings. That's why I'm wondering if it's really his wife or not.
We don't rock wedding rings.
In the mid-'80s, it didn't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
When they first show them together, right, at the house with their little freaky baby Sprock.
Dude, their son looks fake almost.
Yeah, but her playing the saxophone.
She is doing weird stuff around the house.
What? So anyway, yeah. So it's just so bizarre. Like his home life is weird. He's the only one who seems to have like
a normal home life at all.
Yeah, let's say normal with air quotes.
Yeah, I mean, at least like it is the most normal-ish thing. He's got his girl, his kid. He plays with his kid.
He's trying to have a normal life.
Yes, he's doing his best.
Yeah,
even though his
peanut butter and
weird.
honey.
Yeah,
I was hungry, so I made
some
peanut
weird
butter and
ass
honey.
shit.
Yeah, but that was after like Goose. So anyway, Goose and Max go on a really bad scene at one point. They save a woman and find one of the biker gang.
Yeah. Who is it?
Johnny Boy.
Johnny Boy.
Johnny
the Boy.
Yeah, because Bubba looks like he could have been Roy Batty.
Roy Batty!
Yeah! Right? Right? Doesn't he look like it? And he would have been great.
The whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, dude, Roy Batty should have played this guy.
Yeah. Or this guy could have played Roy Batty because it would have been like 3 years later.
I was like, it's like 2-3 years later. I'm like, bro, Roy
So
Batty.
I wonder if they got the idea for how Roy Batty should be from
maybe because his look is very similar with the blonde ass hair, the leather jacket.
It's for me, Bubba.
Yep.
So like Toe Cutter, dude. That anyway.
Toe Cutter was the gang was wild. Like
dude, Toe Cutter,
Bubba, Johnny the Boy, and
the guy loses his hand.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Them dudes were fucking nuts.
Yeah,
I'm like, and Toe Cutter was like. He was one of those villains that, like, well, they fucking loved him.
Yeah, basically, like, they treated him like he was Jesus.
They did anything he said.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Especially, like, bro, when he made Johnny Boy blow up Goose, like, that was fucked up.
Oh, yeah,
he's
totally.
like, and then, like, the way he made him light his cigarette with the match, and then he's like, light another one. I'm like, I already know what's coming here.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's a psycho.
Yeah, so, but they worship him like he's,
they do.
And when he's sitting in the back of the truck and he has like the Knight Rider's casket next to him. The cross is right there.
Yeah.
And he's holding whatever kind of key, and he's like blessing them as they drive by.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, God, he's
and when
a
he tells
Christ
them to
figure.
stop, they stop.
Yeah.
You know?
And when he gets off the bike, like Johnny Boy's like brushing the dust off of him, and
I'm like, dude,
it's crazy.
It's wild. I'll shoot that motherfucker. But that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah.
In those times, it was the Wild West. So
yeah, so anyway, so Jim Goose is pissed off at this dude because that they find at this other scene, because he realizes, because the guy's like, Knight Rider.
Yeah.
They're screaming about the guy in the beginning who Max ended up having to get, because all the other guys,
all the other dudes sucked. They couldn't catch him. This dude who's like methed out with this girl.
Yeah.
And they were that driving scene
in a
was
suicide
insane.
machine.
Yeah. He was acting a fool.
Yeah.
He's like looking
and then he starts crying.
And then he gets scared. Yo, that's what I was like. But what are you afraid of? I was like, what the fuck?
He got scared when Max was behind him.
Yeah, but I'm like, bro, why do you give a shit? You knew he would come eventually.
I think they knew it was Max because I realized every other Interceptor had blue lights, but Max had red.
He had red, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you knew he would come.
Yeah.
Like, why are you acting oh, I didn't know they said Max, you killed all the other ones.
Yeah,
so, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, because they killed the ones that were in the car that they stole.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other dude got like his throat all screwed up.
Yeah, dude. He was smart though, driving though, because like when the one Interceptor was coming around, he smashed the brakes, bro. He was fucking smart. I was like, this dude clearly knows how to drive. And then Max pulls up and he starts crying, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that was so strange.
Does Max's reputation precede him? You don't really know.
That's what I don't know. I don't really see him until the very end.
Yeah.
We don't know. I mean, the end does show you he's pretty badass, though.
Yeah, but was he only badass after
because of what
he got mad?
Yeah, after he got. Yeah, that's what I'm like. He was pretty tame. I feel like Goose was the Billy badass.
Yeah,
like,
Goose was like the loose cannon.
Goose was going crazy, bro. He was ready to kill Johnny Boy at the station.
He was.
I'm like, he's going crazy. So
yeah, and that's when he was a cripple too.
Yeah,
because he broken his leg.
He was wild. I was like, yo, this dude's. I like him. Like, he's a wild motherfucker. You kind of need guys like that. You know?
I want to see a Jim Goose prequel story.
Right? I want to know why he's mad, because he's already mad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Max was just kind of like, Goose. Calm down. Mad Goose.
That's what I'm saying, Mad
yeah.
Goose. Just make that. George Miller, he loves prequels.
Yeah, why not do it? Why not do it? We obviously know what happens to Furiosa later on, so the prequel, she's going to survive.
Yeah, she's not going to die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's going to turn into Charlize Theron.
Yeah, at some point.
At some point, Yeah, ETJ is so much smaller than her, I feel like.
Yeah, like
probably by like at least 3 or 4 inches and probably like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Like ATJ is a small woman. Tiny. She's probably like 5'5", like probably like 120. She's skinny, man.
Yeah, because Charlize is like taller than Tom Hardy.
Yeah, she's Tom Hardy's a shorty. I think he's like 5'7" or 8.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they couldn't stand each other.
You couldn't really tell, although the characters were supposed to not be able to stand each other. Yeah.
They're good. They're both good. I'm not going to sit here, although I'm not a Charlize fan.
Yeah.
She can fucking act.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? She's a good actor. Like, I'm a Tom Hardy fan, so of course I'm going to say he can act, because obviously he can. He should have won the Oscar for The Revenant, the best supporting actor.
Look, watching the beginning of Fury Road reminded me of last year when we were watching silent films. Like Buster Keaton and Harold Lloyd.
How long does it take for dialogue to kick in Fury Road?
God, I honestly don't know.
20, 30 minutes?
But if you just mute the whole movie, you could probably watch it like a silent film anyway.
You might be able to. Yeah,
especially with all the stuff that's going on. Yeah.
Because I was like, this movie is one long car chase.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
And I didn't realize that's what it was going to be, because I had never seen any of the other Mad Maxes. So I went into Fury Road 100% blind to Mad Max as a franchise and everything. So I'm just hearing this is one of the best action movies ever made. So I'm thinking I'm about to watch one of the best films of the decade.
Yeah.
And I was just, wasn't bad. Wasn't great.
Well, if you look at it like this, just a real quick aside, because we're talking about the first one. So Immortan Joe is played by the guy who plays Toe Cutter.
Wow. Hughes.
Hugh Reese Byrne or something.
I got you. Hugh Keys Byrne.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Hugh Keys Byrne.
So if they wouldn't have had to recast Max, because I think the only reason they really did was because of Mel Gibson's
accusations.
Yes. So if they wouldn't have had to, I think Fury Road would have been a really amazing sequel.
Yeah,
to the first
cool
one.
Legacy reboot.
Yeah, because it would have been like old Max versus old Toe Cutter. Because he would have resurrected, which would have added to like his Christ-like thing. Because obviously he was crushed at the end of the film.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit.
But his name, like Immortan Joe or whatever, like if they would have thought he was immortal because he survived, but he needs all that crap to
to live. Yeah, because I seen pictures and I'm like, hey, this dude's fucked up. He's basically Darth Vader. At this point, you know?
Basically, and that could be why. Like he might still supposed to be Toe Cutter, only however many decades later, even though Max didn't age at all, because now he's played by Tom Hardy.
So he looks.
Tom Hardy's great though. Don't get me wrong, but like I think if it would have been,
should have went for a Brolin type or something.
Yeah, someone just a little older to show that gap between, because even Mel Gibson looks older in Thunderdome,
which is crazy because like he's so young in like the first one, but he pretty much looked the same for a long time.
Yeah,
like
because he was like early 20s.
Yeah, and he looked like he was almost maybe 30. But he
looked like Lethal Weapon. He looked
ancient. He looked I'm like
yeah.
But like he pretty much stayed in like looking the same. I'd say from like 79 to like 90.
Yeah,
he pretty much looked the same.
He just changed his hair.
Hair changed, yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Because like
he got into better shape.
He did.
Because as Riggs, he was in really good shape.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was fucking shredded in Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
But then like by what women want, you could tell. All right, Mel Gibson's middle age now.
Oh
you
yeah,
know? But he looked good. But you know, you're like, all right, he's an older, he's a seasoned vet now.
Yeah.
But don't tell me you don't like that movie.
What Women Want?
Yeah.
I'm upset that they didn't mention us. It's upsetting.
Bro,
it's upsetting.
It is upsetting.
You know what I mean? When you think back, you didn't think about it at the time.
I never
They did not mention me once in this film.
They did not. But it's a funny, cute film. I watched it like
Helen Hunt, right?
Helen Hunt. Yo.
Yeah,
I watched it like 5-6 months ago. It was pretty. I had a good time with it. I mean,
I haven't seen the remake though. Like What Men Want or whatever.
It's probably terrible.
Oh, it has to
be. I'm sure it's terrible.
Yeah.
What Women Want though, you got a young Sarah Paulson in there.
Oh wow.
Love her. She's great. But anyway.
Yeah, so then Max goes on vacation because he wants to quit the force. He and his maybe wife and their child.
He's flipping out about Goose.
Oh yeah, because
he's flipping out.
Because Goose was like his guy, like probably like his older brother type of person.
Bro, that was Goose and Maverick. Essentially.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I'm saying? Those were the homies.
Yeah,
he was pissed. And then, bro, the scene where they show Goose in the hospital, burnt to a crisp, and his hand comes out. I'm like, is he still alive? I'm like, kill this motherfucker.
Yeah, I think probably when his hand came out is probably when he died. Because later on, Fifi says like, yeah, you knew Goose was going to bite it, you know, or whatever, because that's the way he lived.
Yeah, he did say that. And I was like,
yeah,
I hear what you're saying, but that's kind of insensitive. Like, he have to go out like that.
No, but like, you know, even Fifi was like, you're the best, Max. You and I have to make people believe in heroes again.
Yes, I got things.
Yeah, like you and I are the only ones, because these other assholes aren't worth shit, even though they're your coworkers
and colleagues.
And they're my guys, but they suck
ass.
They
suck. I hate them.
Yeah.
Man, I need you.
There are a lot of like unanswered questions.
They are. He was like, take 3 weeks. You know what I mean? He's like, take the time you need. I'm like, shit.
And if you come back and you still want to go, that's fine with me. But I know you're going to come back.
Yeah, he knew he was. He knew.
Yeah.
What the fuck else he going to do?
Yeah,
you know
that's all he knows.
What else he going to do? In this world, in this time period,
yeah,
there ain't nothing else to do.
Because you need that, the adrenaline rush.
Yeah, everyone either just stays in their fucking house or they're out killing maiming, you know?
And the only reason they made that supercharged special was to kind of keep Max there. Because that's what Fifi was talking about with that other dude who had like the samurai mask or whatever that he had with him for whatever reason.
I don't know why. And what was with that mask Max was carrying the whole film?
I don't know. I think because in the beginning, you know, he has it and his he puts it on. When he has to go to work early, and he's like, you know, Goose told me to be there early, and what's her name? Jess is like all like frumpy, so he like puts it on to try to cheer her up. It must have been something but that's when the kid is playing with a gun. Did you see that? I was like, why the fuck does this baby have a gun?
Sometimes, man.
Yeah, but I was like, is that Max's gun? It's like a revolver.
Yeah, bro. He was ready to.
It's like the cover to the CD single for Pearl Jam's Jeremy, like the kid with the gun. I'm like, what is going on here?
Hey, that kid was.
Although I think Yellow Ledbetter was the B-side, so it's still a great single.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, man. Oh God. Anyway,
I was listening to Black the other day at the gym.
Oh,
bro, the way that song ends, it's just like it serenades the soul. Sorry, you brought up Pearl Jam.
Dude, Oceans is another one off that album. That's incredible.
God. That whole album, that's a front album. To back, dude. Yeah, I was like, that's a front to back.
And any B-side from their singles, because like Footsteps, Yellow Ledbetter, like there's just so many great.
They were snapping, bro.
Early Pearl Jam, man.
Like
start with Temple of the Dog, because that's when they first met Eddie Vedder.
Dude, Temple of the Dog's fucking awesome.
Yeah, so you have Temple of the Dog, you have 10, you have
incredible.
Versus, which was originally called 5 Against 1. And I know that because I bought the cassette the day it came out.
Oh.
And the cassette said 5 Against 1. And then they called it Versus after that.
Wow. So do you still have that?
No, I don't. That's like 30 years ago, you know?
That's probably worth a little something, bro.
But, you know, that had, like, Rats is on there. Oh, my God. If only I could, I'm mixing it up with probably some of Vitalogy in my head right now. But it's such a great album. Because they had, I think Animal was on there. I think that was their first song off of Versus.
I think it is.
Yeah. I'd rather be with an animal and stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Against 1. It's actually in the song Animal.
Yeah. There you go. See? There
you go. But yeah, and anyway, enough about Pearl Jam. Vitalogy is great too. Vitalogy, their first 3, man, are incredible.
They were on a roll for a minute, for sure.
So then they're on their like mini vacation, their road trip.
Which is a weird vacation.
Yeah, because they're driving like it almost looks like from the back, it looks like a souped up Pinto station wagon. I don't know what the hell it is.
It was,
but the kid's just crawling around the back
all
like
over.
Nothing.
Not in a seatbelt, car seat.
Yeah,
nothing.
but it is the 70s, maybe supposed to be the 80s.
Yeah,
but no one cares about seatbelts
on vacation
except for Goose in the truck.
Yeah, which is why he died.
He died because of his seatbelt.
Right? It's like they don't always save you.
Yeah,
but the vacation. It's whack.
It is, yeah.
I was like, they're at this lake.
Because half the time, where the fuck's the baby?
Dude, first of all, they were separated, all of them, a lot.
Yeah.
Like, Jesse was out, like, mingling with other dudes and shit a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Not, like, in a flirty way. Well, it did seem like she was flirting with the one dude. But all the other dudes, it was kind of just, like, friendly encounters. But
yeah,
she's away from him a lot. And then she's at the beach by herself, which she did look good. But, and then the baby, I'm like, where the fuck? I said that. I was like, where the fuck is this kid at?
Where's Sprock or whatever his name is?
Terrible name. And, you know, Mel Gibson's laying by the lake and he goes up and they lay together finally. And it's a bunch of
because he, like, uses the rope and, like, goes into the lake and stuff. Yeah. So, but they're running out of the car. Where the hell's the baby?
Dude, I'm like, he must have jumped out the window on the way. Like, I don't know.
And the dog, because they buy the dog.
Yeah, and the dog's covered in sand.
Yeah.
And he's like, it was a cute dog, but the dog ends up getting covered in sand. I'm like, that's why I don't do dogs. But yeah, it was a weird vacation. I mean, I guess it's head clearing. I mean, but the vacation ends shitty.
Yes, you know? Yes, it does, because she goes for ice cream while Max is trying to get their one tire fixed, and she meets up with the gang.
Yep.
She meets up with Toe Cutter.
And Toe Cutter licks the cone, and it...
he's trying to tell her something, though. The way he licked it.
Trying to... Yeah.
Because he's
like... She was smiling and shit. I'm like,
he's
she's
like,
gonna hit him.
I got to lick it before we kick it.
Yep. Real shit. You gotta lick it before you stick it. You gotta munch it before you punch it, dog. Come on. So, you know...
Toe Cutter knows.
He knows, man. Look, man, you gotta preheat the oven before you stick in the turkey. We all know that, bro. Look. Like, for any of you young guys listening, take our advice.
Oh my, yes.
Preheat the oven for play. But so Toe Cutter's being super flirty and gross.
Yeah.
And she's like kind of flirting back, but it's all to distract him. Yeah. And she needs him in the nuts.
She does.
She
gives him and then throws the ice cream in his face.
Yep. And that cone was looking good. I wouldn't have threw it in his face.
Yeah.
But
it was soft serve, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. That shit would have, in the hot Australian fucking summer, that should have been delicious. Like, Australia looks hot.
Yeah.
Like, anytime I see footage from there, I just see heat waves. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck that.
And dingoes eating
yeah,
babies.
and kangaroos and freaky shit. There's some freaky wildlife out there, man. Like, holy hell. But if I was a surfer, I definitely want to be out there. But I ain't. So, yeah, then the gang, of course, she runs away. And of course, you know, the gang's the gang. They start hunting her down. But she does eventually get her son. She gets back to Max.
Yeah, she gets back to Max because Toe Cutter helps her put Sprock in the vehicle.
In the vehicle, yeah.
Yeah, he's actually kind of a gentleman about the baby.
Well, I mean,
which is odd.
Weird.
Yeah, because his actions are odd.
He's an odd motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
I love who I got for the recast on him too. But anyway, yeah. So she gets back to Max. And she's like, Max, these psycho motherfuckers are on my nuts. And, oh, excuse me. Sorry.
And he's like, but the tire. And she's like, get in, trust me.
Yeah. And so she ends up, I'm drawing a blank somewhere. She ends up alone with the damn kid. How?
Oh, so after they leave the place with the tire, and she's like, get in, trust me. They go north. They stop at a place with the old woman.
That's right, the old lady. Yeah, she's holding them down.
Yeah,
or doing her best.
Yeah, so that's when she goes to the beach with the dog, and then the dog disappears.
Mm-hmm.
And then she sees the dog hanging in the forest because she realizes these guys. She feels like someone's following her.
Dude, they are.
And then she runs into like the dude with like the childlike mind.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
There's some weird motherfuckers, dude. The dude with the weird teeth and stuff.
Yeah.
He kind of look like slothish.
A little bit, yeah.
I was like, oh.
But once again, this is before Goonies.
This is before Hey, look. Donner was watching Mad Max.
Yeah.
You know.
So she gets back, and then the old woman's like, you know, hey, it's okay, sit down here, blah, blah, blah. And when she's sitting down, she's like, oh, Sprock. And then she runs out to where he was playing, which is weird because it was right next to their car where Max was fixing the car.
Yeah.
So Max isn't there at that point.
Yeah.
Oh no, because he and the other dude went to go into the woods.
They went to the woods.
So he's like, I don't care about this kid, which is another reason why I don't think they're married. Because he'd be thinking more about their kid. You know what I mean? Because they're like, there's too much child neglect.
There's a lot of child neglect.
Stuff.
There are so many points where I was like, where'd the kid go?
And then that's when she goes and she finds that like the gang is there with the baby because the dude wants his hand back. Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah. Because when she drove off after the ice cream thing, this one dude used a chain on the car and then it like pulled his hand off.
That was gross.
And his hand was like connected in the chain.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Yeah. So Toe Cutter's like, you know, let's trade his hand for the baby. Yeah. Yep. And she's like, what? And he's like, you don't have a sense of humor.
Yep. And he's like, you got a pretty face.
Yeah.
He's like, but.
And then I think he says.
Sometimes that pretty face.
And you know, like, an old term word for face is puss, right?
I never fucking knew that.
Like, I'm going to knock you right in the puss. You know?
It's
an old thing. Yeah. Right in the face. Because you're not going to punch someone in the puss. So, I mean, maybe you would. I don't know. But I swear at the one point, because he says it kind of softly, I think he calls her face. He's like, with a pussy like that, you probably don't have to, whatever. And I think he means her face.
He maybe says that.
But believe it or not, because I was trying to listen because the way he says it, I'm like, wait, did he just say what I think he said? But I think he means her face because puss is an old term for face.
Maybe.
Either way, there's lips.
I thought he said fucking face, but oh my god, yes, there's lips either way.
Yeah,
Lord, this fucking guy.
But I do believe he does say that.
He might. I'll have to go check.
Yeah, I did not have closed captioning on, but.
I did.
I was just trying to listen. I was like,
you're like, huh?
What? So then the old lady comes up with the shotgun.
Yeah, she shifts that motherfucker.
Yeah, too. and they're like, oh, I'm scared. And then she puts them in the one room in the barn, locks them in. And then they run away. The old woman and
he said, I don't like guns.
Yeah. Yeah. And she only has one shot left, and there's like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, bro,
so believe it or not, you guys are safe.
Yeah. One of you might not be.
Yeah, but the bulk of you are. So then they chase after him because they break out, obviously. It's an old barn. And then that's when the car breaks down because Max hadn't finished fixing it.
Of course.
and he's in the woods with Sloth's older brother.
Yeah.
And they hear him screaming, so they go running after the gang runs over Jess and the baby. But she survived.
She lived, and I thought that was weird. I'm like, kill this bitch.
Yeah, because
she was like, wasn't even a body fully, bro. She was like,
she lost her right arm and her right leg. And
like, she was like fucking Anakin. I'm like,
yeah, she was.
I'm like, just kill this woman. And he's listening to the doctors talk about it on the door.
And that's when the doctors are like, oh, a husband. And I'm like, they're not married. They don't have rings. They don't have any real commitment. What are you talking about?
They might be married.
No,
bro.
I don't think they are, because that one scene when they're on that vacation, he's like, I don't want to wait 10 years to tell you how I feel. You know, and I'm like, so I'm thinking he hasn't even proposed to her yet. Yeah.
No vows, yeah.
So I think that's when. So
right.
if they were married, I'm hoping. I think if they were married, they got married in the couple weeks that they were on vacation, if they did.
You might be right.
And that could be why there were no rings. Because maybe they were just like, well, let's do it now. There's a JP over here.
That's a JP.
Yeah. And they're like, Jean-Paul? And they're like, no, Justice of the Peace. So.
Then
yeah,
Max finds him on the road.
Yes.
Cooked to a crisp.
Yeah.
And like we said, she was all nubbed out and stubbed out.
Uh-oh.
And like I said, if I was him, I'd be like, yo, just pull the plug on this bitch, bro. She ain't gonna want to live like this.
Yeah, and
her whole body was wrapped up, cuz.
And she might have died, too. We don't even know.
Right? I'm like, this bitch probably died later. So, of course, Max is on a rampage.
That's when he gets mad.
That's when he gets mad.
Yeah, this is the last 17 minutes of the movie.
It's probably the best part.
Actually, it is. Yeah.
Dude, he goes 0 dark 30 and kind of like one by one hunts down the main dudes of the gang.
Now, since you watched this and you read the comic book of The Crow, do you think James O'Barr, the guy who did The Crow, ripped off Mad Max for how, in the comic book, how Eric gets the guys in the gang?
Maybe
I think he even handcuffs a guy in a car.
Maybe he did.
Because he said before, he's like, I read a story about whatever. And I'm like, dude, you watched Mad Max. There's even a crow in the one scene of Mad Max.
There is. Maybe he was watching Mad Max.
Yeah, I'm like, dude.
He's like, I'm going to just put face paint on.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of the crow and face paint.
Yeah.
I had to stop at Giant before I came here.
Yeah.
And I walked by the Starbucks in there. And there was a dude working there with his face painted like a clown. And I shit you not. I'm not kidding. And I felt bad because I double taked.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I had to. Because I was like, is this allowed now? Or
he identifies as a clown.
I'm not trying to laugh at him, bro.
But like, isn't that like the rationalization for anything?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, that was just the weirdest thing I've seen in a little bit.
Some people just need attention, not realizing like it's okay to be you and not to have people be like, what the fuck? And then give you attention. You know what I mean?
It was just, I just didn't expect him to be at work like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shit, can I paint my face at work? Shit.
You probably could. Now, if he would have been a mime, that would have probably pissed you off even more. Just trying
to put your order.
Yeah, can you repeat my order to me?
And he's like,
yeah, he's trapped in a box. He can't even hear you.
Like, I'm like, I'd slap him. I'm ready to slap him, bro. I'm like, how do you do? Like, please repeat my order back to me. Like, write it down. I don't fucking care. Like,
I don't know, man. I guess you can identify as anything. Like, there's like some kid that apparently identifies as a cat, so I guess they have to go in a litter box at school and eat Meow Mix for lunch, right?
Bro,
they have a little bowl full of Meow Mix for when they're hungry.
Dude,
I mean, what else could it be? And they just kind of, because you got to go the whole nine. If you're telling me you identify as a cat,
to shit in a box,
yes,
eat out of a fucking bowl off the ground, dude.
And I expect to see your butthole when your tail goes up.
Yep, dude. I want to hear purring.
Cats like to show that off for some reason.
I want to hear purring. I don't want to see no mice around this house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anywho, sorry guys.
No, that is odd though.
I was just like,
I
was like,
Like, did it have like the clown
No,
hair?
he had long dark hair.
Okay.
That's why he kind of like when you brought up Eric Draven,
yeah.
that's what made me think about him.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had long dark hair and his face was all white with like it was like red diamonds over the eyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Red.
his lips were black. Yeah,
that's odd.
I was like, it was weird, bro. I've never seen nothing like it working at Starbucks. I'll tell you that. Wow. I've seen a lot of different characters working at Starbucks.
Yeah, I guess Starbucks is.
They're all inclusive.
Yes, they are.
Anyway, so Max does a bunch of gangster stuff to these dudes.
Yeah. Oh, he goes for the pursuit special, the one that they used to entice him with the last of the V8 engines. And stuff.
He said, Max, you still ask questions.
Oh, yeah.
The freaky dudes who were playing with the engines. But
anywho, he's like, when do we take it for a ride?
Yeah, let's take it for a ride. I was like, no, Gibson's accent is horrible.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so he takes that thing out. That thing is a fucking beast, man.
Yeah.
I would love to drive that.
That's the real star of the movie.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And because what year is Knight Rider, the show?
Knight Rider's like 83 or 84.
So, yeah, Knight Rider was definitely watching Mad Max.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's
Mad Max influenced a lot of early 80s
definitely
stuff.
Did, yeah. Like,
early to mid 80s because they were still coming out with, because Road Warrior was 82 and Thunderdome was 85.
Yeah,
they were still throughout the 80s. It was all that type of stuff.
Definitely influenced Knight Rider. So who do you get first? Toe Cutter?
No, he got the two guys. Because there was 5 of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and
because he got shot.
Yeah, he ran 2 guys off like a bridge, and they landed in the water. And then it was Bubba.
Yep, Bubba.
Because he got shot and he's on the road, and then like
Bubba's coming back for him.
Yeah.
He blows that motherfucker's soul away.
Yeah, and then he goes after Toe Cutter. And then
when he hits him into the truck or whatever?
Yeah, because that's when, like the eyes, just like Knight Rider, like they turn into Large Marge from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Like, yeah.
Large Marge driving the truck.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking, Toe Cutter got fucked.
He did.
But he definitely did Johnny the Boy the worst, though.
Oh, he did.
Because he did he did him the worst because he's the one who, he killed Goose.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it was instructional.
Yes, but he is fairly...
pulled the trigger.
He's like 100% certain.
Yeah. Because, Nazis were just following orders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So...
yeah, but they still murdered.
Murdered a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. But, so the truck, there's this burning, flipped over truck and gas is spilling out. And Max handcuffs Johnny the Boy's ankle to it and throws him a hacksaw, and he lights a little match and puts it in. He's like, you basically got 10 minutes before this bitch blows up, so you can cut your leg off in about 5 if you want to live.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a fucked up way to
that is.
Motherfucker.
That's what, I don't remember. Oh, he doesn't do it in the film version of Watchmen, but that's what Rorschach does to the guy in like that backstory in the comic book of Watchmen.
Yo, that's what I was like.
Yeah.
I watched the
the motion comic.
Yes. I saw that. Shit was hard.
Obviously, Alan Moore was influenced a little bit by Mad Max.
Yeah, I guess George Miller, he was doing some things, huh?
Yeah.
That's why I'm shocked. Like the Letterboxd and IMDb score were so low on that. Just from the influence alone, I thought it would be higher.
Well, I think just because people. Okay, this is what ended up happening. Like. Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior came out, and then Mad Max was like released over here. I know it was released everywhere else.
So everyone saw Road Warrior and was like, this shit is insane, and then saw Mad Max and was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so they were like, oh, okay, this is where this started, but a lot of places ended up seeing it in reverse.
Like you always used to see shit in reverse.
Yeah, always. Yeah. My dad's like, let's see the sequel first.
And then we'll see if it's worth watching the first one.
Like what? So what?
So Max, he gets them all basically.
Oh, he does.
And
then drives
off, and you're like, so now what?
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of unanswered questions.
Like, so now what?
Yeah.
Because Fifi should still be alive.
Look, even the dude with the
voice box. Yeah, I was like, yo, that dude tripped me out.
I think the overweight dude that was with him should be alive.
Yeah. A lot of these guys should still be alive.
The lawyer who's like, I'm gonna tell her. Yeah, when like Goose is all pissed off, that dude's still alive.
Yeah, I'm like, there is a lot of unanswered questions. Which we can get to.
Because even the Road Warrior doesn't answer any of the questions.
I figured it didn't. I was like, it probably just starts out with him and Don't even tell me. I'm watching it tonight.
Beyond Thunderdome answers some, but only through like a little bit of backstory that has nothing to do with Max or anything that happens to anybody.
Great, my favorite.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, I mean, that's the film.
Yeah.
And me on a personal level, I thought it was pretty good. Is it the best movie I've ever seen? No. But I definitely liked it more than Fury Road. And those are the only two Mad Max movies I've seen. Fury Road, and now this first one, I'll be watching Road Warriors tonight. And I'll watch Thunderdome probably next week. So I will have them all, excuse me, knocked out. But I don't know. Something about this film had a charm to it. Something about 70s action movies, car chases in the 70s were just incredible. Like, starting with the French Connection, you know, you get an incredible car chase in that movie. And then pretty much everyone, like, William Friedkin set a crazy standard with car chases. So all car chases after that in the 70s were going hard. What's up?
Whoa. Bullet. With Steve McQueen.
What year is that?
That's like 67.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen Bullet?
No.
One of the greatest car chases in cinematic history.
Really?
And Steve McQueen does his own stunt driving. So he's driving a Mustang Fastback through like the streets of San Francisco.
Dude, wow.
And that would have been before the French Connection.
It would have been.
So I think after Bullet is when car chases became...
So maybe Friedkin was like, yo, I got to go hard as Bullet.
Actually,
because Friedkin loved McQueen, so I know he watched that.
Who directed Bullet, I wonder?
Because he wanted McQueen for Sorcerer.
Really?
Yeah, instead of Roy Scheider.
Huh. Steve McQueen is incredible. 1968. I'm sorry, I said 67.
Okay, still before.
Peter Yates.
That name is so familiar. What else he do? I know Peter fucking Yates.
He did Kroll, The Deep, Breaking Away from 1979, Friends of Eddie Quill, Murphy's War, Suspect with Cher and Dennis Quaid, Robbery, The Dresser.
That name sounds familiar. I ain't seen none of this shit.
Eyewitness, obviously Bullet, John and Mary, Don Quixote.
I seen Don Quixote.
The House on Carol Street. The one with, it looks like John Lithgow.
Yeah, I seen that one.
Okay. Mother Jugs and Speed with Bill Cosby, I think Elliot Gould.
Is that good? Elliot Gould and Bill Cosby in a movie together?
Yeah.
I'll watch that.
Yeah, I believe, yeah. Oh, no, it's Harvey Keitel.
And Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
Sure, I'd watch that too.
Why did I think it was Elliot Gould? It is Harvey Keitel. I was young. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
I've been watching a lot of Elliot Gould lately.
Yeah, so it's Harvey Keitel, Raquel Welch, and Bill Cosby.
Oh, Raquel Welch.
Yeah, she plays Jugs.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, wow, he directed a lot of stuff.
He did a lot of shit I ain't seen.
Needful Things. Wow, anyway, yeah, so...
Bullet, car chase and Bullet.
And then that would have led to
French
Connection, yeah.
And then freaking 1980s To Live and Die in L.A. Another crazy car chase in there. But then you got Mad Max had really good car chases. I thought those were some of the best parts of the film.
And back then they're all practical.
They were practical. I was like, these motherfuckers are driving, they're crashing.
Yeah.
This is all real.
Yeah.
And I respected that. I thought that was cool. So.
And that's what the Mad Max franchise is. It's like car chases.
It is. And
explosions.
Overall, I thought it was pretty fun. It is quite plotless. It's not a lot happens. Not a lot happens though. It's just you see a bunch of bikers acting a fool. A dude gets mad.
Yeah.
And kills them.
Yeah.
It's not a deep plot at all.
No, because you don't really know much about their lives before the Knight Rider.
You don't know how you got there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions you don't know. There's a lot of shit you just don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know where Max comes from, where his training comes from, any of that.
Yeah.
You don't know any of his background, none of these bikers' backgrounds. You're like, why is it like this? You have no idea.
Yeah.
It's like, has it always been like this? Are we progressing? You have no idea. So.
Yeah, the assumption is, I guess, back then, because of you learn more, like, the Road Warrior is more about, like, a gas shortage.
Okay.
You find out. So that's where that plot from, obviously, like, the 70s comes in, about, like, what happens when... But in Mad Max, when they buy the dog, they're standing by, like, a BP oil thing.
Right? It's like,
so yeah, so obviously there's still stuff... Anyway, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So let's get into it.
Yeah, please. Before I deviate again. MVP, it would probably have to be I would say George Miller.
I said George Miller.
Yeah.
I said George Mills.
Yeah.
Sure. Without a doubt. It's his movie.
Yeah.
That's
even
his
the
vision.
editing was pretty
good.
It
was very tight. It was tight. I thought he kept everything tight. Especially that's got to be one of his first projects. I don't know if this is. I have no idea, but can't be more than this second or third movie. I would think, because the fact he's still alive is telling you he was probably really young. So yeah, I had George Mills. Peak season. Who do you have?
Peak season would probably be whoever played Goose.
I said Hugh Kai's Burn.
Oh yeah, Toe Cutter.
Toe Cutter.
Yeah, because he was actually
he had a lot of screen time.
Yeah,
he was like,
and
you saw him more than fucking Mel Gibson. I feel like,
especially when they go to get the casket, right, and the guy's like says something about the Knight Rider, and he just turns and is like, right on his face.
Dude, he has all the best lines.
Yeah.
He has probably the most screen time. He's the most interesting written character. And he's got one of the coolest looks.
I was going to say, his whole look, even like his makeup.
Yeah, his makeup, he's got
crazy hair.
His hair is interesting. Like, I just thought, I was like, this dude's kind of the star of this film in a weird way.
Yeah. I like when he takes his helmet off when they have Sprock and like, he has like that little ponytail.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? What is going on here? Like, he's just like the crazy, and he's doing like yoga at one point.
Yeah, I'm like, he's a like, very eccentric dude. That's why I got the perfect recast for him. All right, so best quotes. You got some, or you want me to throw them out?
Go ahead, because I've actually watched this 3 times in the past week to try to remember stuff. But
what's the matter? I'm not hungry anymore. When the two dudes are eating breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
He's telling him that disgusting story.
Oh yeah, because he went through the windscreen, back out. Like, and when we got to him, he's trying to scream with his face off. Hey, what's the matter?
I'm not hungry anymore. Yeah. You've seen it, you've heard it, but you're still asking questions. Let's go for a ride.
Yeah, because he's like doing the thing, so it revs.
And he's like, the engine. He was still asking questions. The Knight Rider. Remember him when you look at the night sky.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what he does. He's like, his name is Knight Rider.
Night Rider.
Yeah, remember him. That's right, because that's what he does.
I was like, why are you fucking with this guy? I was like,
and the guy's just alone. Like... And the weird thing is, when the guy's walking, I'm like, dude, this dude's fly is down on his shorts.
I never noticed that.
I was like, why the hell... I was like, why?
Because you saw it a few times, so you probably caught a bunch of
because I'm just looking around. I'm looking at like all the bugs flying around.
Yeah, I'm like, it was out there.
Because even like when Toe Cutter has Johnny like light his match, and he tells him to like light it again or something, there's like a fly on his forehead. I'm like, oh god, it's disgusting.
It was out there, man. Ain't no set, baby.
Yeah.
I said, my name's Jim Goose, and everything is gonna be all right.
Oh yeah, when he finds the girl. Yeah.
I was like, cool. This is a threshold moment, Johnny. Step through.
Oh, yeah, when he's doing the match.
I'm like...
Because he's holding it, it's like burning down.
That's what I'm like, bro. Yeah. Toe Cutter's got a lot of the best quotes, dude.
Yeah.
They say people don't believe in heroes anymore.
Yeah, Fifi.
I thought that was probably the overall best quote of the film.
Yeah, because it is the only thing that separates... Max is right. The only thing that separates them from the bad guys is that bronze badge, because they have to do... terrible things in order to bring them to justice, even if that means killing
them. Yep, it's like,
and you'll find out with like the Road Warrior and Thunderdome and even Fury Road, it's almost like Max is, even if it's like apocryphal or like the legend of him, he I think becomes the hero that Fifi wanted him to be.
Yeah. All right, yeah. I'm sure I'll draw those lines.
Yeah.
I suppose you don't need a sense of humor with a pretty face.
Yeah.
Which we were just talking about.
Yeah, but what if you lose that face?
Yeah. And I'm like, this motherfucker's nuts. He did have some of the best quotes.
And he's good at being crazy.
He is.
I can't imagine him as anyone else.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you are the Toe Cutter.
Yeah.
And then last one I had, you and me are going to talk about the Toe Cutter. That was when Mel... pulled up on the dude.
Oh, in the garage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah. Because even Bubba had some good lines.
Yeah, a lot of them had some good lines, but I was like, I was kind of drawn in at one point, and I was like, shit, I probably should have wrote some more of these down.
Yeah, because I just watched it again this morning.
Oh, man.
When I was texting you, I was rewatching it to try to keep it fresh. But yeah, it's like, Yeah, you're right. Most of the lines are
the dialogues in this is way better than the dialogue in Fury Road.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a lot more of it, but
yeah.
I'm like Fury Road just had a bunch of hot chicks and some interesting cars and car chases.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, scantily clad women.
About 5-6 years since I've seen it, but
scantily clad women, scantily clad men.
Yeah.
And Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron just driving,
hating each other.
Yeah.
On and off set.
Yeah.
Like they cannot stand each other.
Wow.
Oh, she sounds hard to work with. All right. What's age the best?
What's aged the best? Honestly, the vehicles.
I said the cars and the car chases.
Yeah. Honestly, the cinematography and I guess the blocking, like whatever you do, the stunt,
the choreography, stunt work was good.
Yeah, all the stunts, man, they're incredible.
And I did like a lot of the outfits, but I didn't like a lot of them. So my what's aged the worst? I have full leather cop uniforms.
Well, if you think about it, it came out in '79. The Judge Dredd comic came out in '77. So I think there was like some influence from like Judge Dredd being popular almost from the get-go.
Especially with the way they wore their helmets a lot while they were out and they had the
the things covering the faces. And so I think that's why they were like all leather. Plus,
79.
And Goose, he's barely going to get road rash if he's wearing leather. Right?
Yeah, he looks like a village person though.
He does.
Yeah, I like these leather outfits.
Well, his Fifi looked more like he would have been in the
Fifi. Yeah. I was like, this guy.
If he was a little hairier, he'd be a bear.
Like he'd be in a bar called the Dungeon. You know what I'm saying? This guy looks like he should have a ball gag in his mouth.
Wow.
But excuse me, I probably shouldn't have said
the glory hole.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move ahead. Another what's aged the worst. Mel's accent.
Oh yeah,
it's horrible. I was like, this is terrible. I'm like, Mel, no. That's what I was like. He's supposed to be Australian-ish. I didn't feel it.
I think his accent is better in Road Warrior, and
I'm sure it is. He became a better actor.
Yeah, he did because he had a couple years to,
master.
Because I think this was his second movie,
one of his first films. Yeah,
I think it was literally his second film.
Yeah, I was like, this guy
right out of film school.
Yeah, I'm like, this is early.
Yeah,
which he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. I just didn't like his accent. Most rewatchable scenes.
Every chase scene.
I said, I had the opening chase scene.
Yeah.
I had the club chase scene. Or not the chase scene, the club scene with Goose.
Oh, and the woman singing.
Yeah, I like that part.
Yeah,
I like shit like that.
She's like, on a licorice ride.
Yeah, I was
like, what?
The lyrics. I was like, what the fuck like, is this song?
I love bikers and bikes and a licorice ride. And he's like, she's singing to me.
He was like ready to explode. I was like, yeah. I was like, I was very intrigued by that woman.
Yeah.
But the club scene, Goose burning to death.
Oh yeah.
Sick, fucked up.
Yeah.
When they hit Jesse and the kid.
Oh yeah. Or when they even ran over Max's arm. Too.
Yeah.
They show it,
bro. Well, yeah. I said when Max gets shot and starts hunting down.
Yeah.
That was my last one. Oh man, dude.
He
gets shot and then he runs over his arm. I'm like, bro, that arm wouldn't be working, bro.
No,
that dude's about 200 pounds plus the weight of the bike with that speed.
Yeah.
At least be broke. I'm like, ugh. Like, dude, you got metal in your bones. But that shit looked rough. Any scenes you want to add that I didn't mention?
Well, just like, you said when he hunts him down, right? Because those are like the best scenes of the film because that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, he's about to start going in.
Yeah, that first chase scene because there's so many aspects to it. Like all the interceptors crashing.
There's a lot in that first chase scene.
But I love when
there's weird shit on the road, like people jumping in the street.
Yeah, and that little baby.
Yeah, the baby walking. When they go by, I'm like, what the hell? I was like, what am I in for?
I love when like Goose on his bike ends up sliding up to that truck, and the guy's like, what happened? He's like, I don't know, mate. I just got here myself.
I was like,
and he's laughing, but like this other dude's bleeding out of his neck, and you're laughing.
There was a lot of brutal violence. I like it. I was like, this one, the action I thought was better in this than in Fury Road. That's just me.
Oh, there's one scene I think is important too. I don't know. It's probably rewatchable when they go to get the casket when they go to that town. And then they like go after the dude and the chick in the car after.
Oh yeah, and I'm guessing they assault the girl.
Yeah, I'm assuming they assaulted the guy too.
Yeah, dude.
When they see him running,
he's got no pants on.
He has no pants on, and it looks sore.
He looks like, his ass cheeks was red.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, did y'all get both of them?
I think so, because there were those couple of guys that were always like dancing with each other.
Yeah,
in the
bro. It was some
stuff.
There was some stuff going on in that game,
and I don't think they would care. They'd just be like, "Hey, look, a hole."
A hole. Yes, for sure. Yeah.
But when they pull up to that town, when the biker gang does, the one building, it says Milk Bar.
I didn't even notice that.
So, I guess this might be an unanswered question, maybe, but I was like, this might occur in the same universe as A Clockwork Orange.
Oh,
because they had a Milk Bar and a Clockwork
Orange, and they're what?
Because this is Australian.
Year apart?
Yeah,
yeah. What?
Or a few years, because that was early 70s, 71,
71, 2,
something around there. Yeah.
Let me see. I'm actually curious. I'm like, because I know it's
because maybe it's the 70s. Same type of future that like Alex the Droogie was in. Because why else would you have a Milk Bar?
Shit, damn, that's old.
But you know what I mean?
Why
would you have a Milk Bar? I was like, Milk Bar.
And they all are weird as shit, like Alex and his gang.
Yeah.
That is an interesting scene. And that felt bad for that girl with the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Because that girl was cute. But I was like, dang, she's cute. And she's about to get her whole life flipped upside down with these freaky ass dudes.
But she didn't even show up to the court hearing.
I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I'll just go jump off a building. Sorry, I didn't. Yeah,
honestly,
I don't encourage that.
No, but like mentally, how do you deal with that? Because it didn't seem like they would have had
the
right kind of psychological help.
Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. Your help, try alcohol and drugs. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
All right, best characters.
Honestly, Goose.
Yes.
Max.
Yes.
Believe it or not, Toe Cutter.
I have him also in best and worst.
Yeah, yeah.
You know I love villains.
And even Bubba, really. Because he was the one that was trying to warn Toe Cutter against Johnny Boy.
Yeah, he was. I had Max, Goose, Jesse, the old lady.
Oh, come on.
And Toe Cutter. Bro.
The old lady.
The old lady came to hold it down a little bit.
She did
what she could for a bitch that age. What she expect an 87-year-old to do?
And she did have like the braces on her
face. Bro. She could barely fucking walk. And she came out shotgunned out, ready to hold it down. She was looking out for Jesse and the kid.
Yeah.
And Jesse,
But Jesse, I don't think she's one of the best characters.
Dude, Jesse started going hard towards the end, bro. Before she got murked.
Yeah, but oh my God, she was terrible before that. Yeah, but see, before that, she's like holding Max back from, I don't want to say his potential, but like, because she was upset that he went because Goose was like, hey, you got to be here. She was kind of keeping him from. He probably could have saved Goose.
Is that not every wife?
Well,
it's like, let's keep it real. Well, not every wife, but 75% of
yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? Like, they want to spend time.
Yeah, she
I don't want you to fucking die.
Yeah,
you have a kid, or maybe I don't know. There's a kid you're taking care of.
Yeah,
this could be some -1 type shit.
Yeah, so, yeah, it could be.
I don't know. That's probably how they got together. She showed up one day with a fucking child.
-1 is probably just like Mad Max.
-1, he was watching Mad Max.
And dude, the pilot could be Max.
He really could. Yep, everything's sold for Mad Max. I'm convinced.
But then I guess Doc would be, or Professor would be Fifi. The captain would be Goose. And the kid would be the guy with the train.
Hey, they was watching this.
That's it. And obviously Godzilla's Toe Cutter.
Yes, of course. He's super Toe Cutter.
Yeah.
But like, Jessie, like, she was weird in the first half, but I did think her character had a nice developing arc.
Yeah.
Coming down the stretch. And her death is what sparks it off. Like, that's what gets him popping.
That is what actually gets him mad.
Yeah, because, like, without her dying, bro, he would have just been boring as hell. And what? Like, I don't know. I thought Jessie was all right. Even though I don't think she was a great mom.
Oh, she was terrible.
But I did like her.
Well, she was incredibly selfish, but I think, like, everyone kind of is.
Oh, of course.
In this film. Max, Goose, in a lot of ways, because it's like, he was helping Fifi try to keep Max on the force, but I think he loved Max as like a brother.
Yeah,
he was like Max's big brother
for sure.
But I know those two guys went to film school together in real life.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So I think they actually had that kind of
real
rapport.
chemistry. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. So the worst characters. Who
Jesse.
you got? Jesse?
Because believe it or not,
I can understand you putting the worst characters.
But I don't know if I would say Johnny Boy, definitely.
Johnny Boy's
worse than Toe Cutter.
Yeah.
He's worse
he's the worst one.
Yeah. Out of all of them. Because even at the end, he's like, I'm sick. I'm
sick.
Mentally.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, Max, if you let this motherfucker live, and I was like, I like that.
Yeah.
I was gonna be pissed.
Because you said you had Toe Cutter?
Yeah. He's the best and worst.
Yeah, I guess he is.
He's a total fucking asshole.
He is.
He's fun and exciting.
Yeah, because he's a sociopath.
It's like Tuco.
Yeah,
yeah. He's like, Tuco's the best and worst character.
The only difference is Tuco would have lived through that crash.
Tuco wouldn't have died. Tuco would walk out without a scratch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, he was the most resilient motherfucker of all time.
He was.
Like, Tuco is definitely the best, like, he's kind of an anti-hero in a weird way.
Yes.
Because
Tuco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Tuco's I put him on, like, an Alex DeLarge scale. Like, those are two dudes that, like, although they're fucking pieces of shit, you can't help but love them. You know, so Alex is hard to love at times. But Tuco, you can't.
Yeah.
He steals that fucking movie. Steals it.
And the sad thing is, because you think Blondie. You think Blondie is like the main guy,
he's
but
not.
No,
it's Tuco. I'm like, that's Tuco's film. His name is selling it, but it's Tuco's movie.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, like, it ends with Blondie, like, ultimately sitting on the very, very top. But Tuco came out fucking nice.
Oh, he did.
Yo,
as long as, the ugly's dead. That's all that matters.
Dude, he had to go. I was getting scared, though. I was like, yo,
wait, or is he the bad? I forget.
No, he's the ugly.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Lee Van Cleef, he's the ugly.
Yeah. Okay.
Tuco's the bad.
Because I forget his character's name. So.
Yeah, Angel Eyes.
Oh, it is Angel Eyes. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Tuco, I was getting scared because I ain't know. I'm like, Clint, you gonna shoot this motherfucker down? He was starting to slide and shit. I'm like, bro. I was like, don't you do this, Clint. Y'all been riding together for fucking a minute.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta fucking split this shit up. So, but anywho, y'all, if y'all want to hear about the good, and bad, and the ugly, we got a whole episode on that. It's incredible. But yeah, I did have Toe Cutter because he's best and worst. I had Johnny Boy. I had Bubba in my worst. I thought he's a good villain, but he's a fucking POS.
He is. He's a piece of shit. Yes.
You know, like, Toe Cutter was more likable than everyone in his gang.
Yeah, which is weird.
It's weird.
Yeah,
like,
he was.
You would think, like, you would empathize with one of them. No, I won't say I empathize with Toe Cutter, but I feel like I just relate to him a little bit more.
Is this the first time that I guess not really, because we're just talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Mm. So I was going to say the first time, like, a villain has, like, magnetism. But I guess not, because Darth Vader would have been before.
I was like, Darth Vader was definitely Vito Corleone.
Yeah.
Vito Corleone is like, you don't even see him as a villain by the end of the fucking first one, dude.
Yeah.
Like, the second one definitely makes him feel more like a villain than the first one, because you see him as a young guy doing all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
When you see old Vito, you're like, oh, he's a sweet old guy, you know? Like, so, yeah, but he is a fucking murdering crazy motherfucker. You know, you come here on the day of my daughter's wedding, ask me to do murder. But, yeah, there's a ton of likable villains, dude. Like, Roy Batty's another one.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know, Roy Batty's not even a villain to me.
No, he's a victim of circumstance, maybe.
Yeah, that's really
because he didn't ask to be created.
He did not. Yeah, I mean, he's not a villain, but of course he's painted that way. But Tuco, Darth Vader would definitely be some good old ones. Like, the good, bad, the ugly's old. That's 60, so yeah, he's a good old villain. The villain from Fistful of Dollars, not Fistful of Dollars. From A Few Dollars More, he's good too. Leone makes good villains. I mean, Joe Pesci is one of the best villains in Goodfellas of all time. Like, he's Tuco level, essentially, in that movie.
Except he didn't live.
He didn't live. That's where they differ. Yeah. If Tuco was in Goodfellas, it would have been a body double there when they shot him. Tuco would be running down the street. So, you had any nitpicks? I actually didn't have any.
Believe it or not, the saxophone.
Okay, so
The
your
baby
whole
with the
Jesse
gun.
is your nitpick. His family is your nitpick.
Yeah, the baby and Jesse. Like, if they would have done them a little differently, like
they did write them weird.
Yeah, like her playing that saxophone. Like, why is she doing like
It was
smooth jazz?
very random.
Yeah, I'm like, it's. Remember the Lost Boys?
Of course.
So, like, I hear a saxophone. I'm thinking of that like Jack dude on stage with the saxophone. Singing, I still believe, you know. That
dude was shredded, bro.
Yeah.
That's such a weird fucking scene.
I've been in a cave for 40 days.
He was trippy.
What? Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking. Then it shows her, and I'm like, what? What is she doing?
I can see that. Just his family alone. His family dynamic could just be a nitpick on its own.
And something like, I wish they would have shown Goose's face. Because when they show him looking at it, it's that weird, like, camera trick that, like, it's like wavy or something. And then his face changes because he's looking at it, but you don't see what he's seeing. And I wish you would see the horror that he sees. Because you see his arm, but what happened to his face?
Mm-hmm. Well, they were like, look, they probably got slapped with an X.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah, 79. Bro, Taxi Driver was basically an X until he had to pretty much change the entire ending to get an R. That's why the when he shoots him, the blood is like maroon instead of red. He had to change the color.
Wow.
He had to do a lot to get that shit to pass the R. So that's probably why he didn't show it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That's really it. I mean, I wish I could have done with maybe like a half hour more of more like character development.
Yeah, it's a short film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, it's over.
Because a lot of these films are only like an hour and a half. I think Fury Road is the longest one.
Yeah, probably. That's probably like 2, maybe.
Almost. I think it's an hour and 47.
That's short too.
Yeah.
Because I know Road Warrior's only 134. This was 134.
And I think
Thunderdome's probably 140.
Yeah, if that. Yeah.
I mean, but I like that. Don't want to overstay your welcome.
Yeah.
All right, recasting couch.
All right. Now, obviously, for Max, it's easy because Tom Hardy could still play him.
He could still play him. I thought maybe he was I thought maybe he was a little bit older.
Oh yeah,
but for this one,
you're thinking just for this one.
Yeah, just this one, not the whole franchise. Okay. Just this one.
All right, now I got to rethink everything.
I said for Max, Austin Butler.
Huh? Would he be like too pretty though?
Maybe. I did think about that.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Because he is quite, like, he would be considered handsome. So, like,
yeah.
But Mel Gibson is too, though. But he's more rugged guy handsome.
Yeah.
Where, like, Austin is pretty boy handsome.
Yes, exactly. So there's a difference.
You're right. Like,
I know you like Austin Butler.
I do, and he's the right age.
Yeah. Austin Butler would make a great, like, Flash Gordon.
Andrew G?
Andrew Garfield?
Yeah. Is he pretty? I think you put a beard on him, though.
Yeah, he can look really
tone him down.
Yeah.
And he's good.
He is really good, and he still looks young.
Yeah, I'm like, he looks young enough to play it.
Yeah.
Because he's got to be like 37 or 8.
Yeah, he has to be, because he was in his like mid-20s doing Spider-Man.
Yeah. I'm like, Social Network's 2010. I was 18 in 2010.
Yeah.
So he's probably at least 4 or 5 years older than me, I would think. Goose, I had Sam Rockwell.
You know what? That works.
Back to the well. He would play that perfectly.
He would, actually. You're right. You're right.
I was like...
You're right.
Toe Cutter, Jason Momoa.
Holy shit, that's perfect.
Dude, he's all eccentric and crazy and weird. I'm like, he would be perfect. Especially if you watch Fast X, I feel like Jason Momoa was watching Toe Cutter when he made his character for Fast X. Yes. Huh. Very eccentric and wild, over the top, and weird quotes and stuff. Like, I was like, Jason Momoa would play the shit out of this guy.
You know what? He would be perfect because he'd have the bulk and everything.
Yes, I'm like, he's got the look down. He's got the tan, the wild hair. He can rock the crazy beard, and he looks good in weird ass clothes.
And you know who still looks kind of young, who might be pretty good as Max. It's gonna be an off the wall thing. Now that you said Jason Momoa, I bet Patrick Wilson.
Dude, if Pat Wilson was like 5 years younger.
Yeah, but he would be incredible.
He does still look young, though.
Yeah,
he's
does.
Probably like, he's probably around your age.
I think he is. Maybe a year older.
Yeah, I was like, he's probably a little bit older than you. But he still looks good for being in his 40s. He looks great.
And he was in great shape for like the Aquaman movies.
Yeah, I'm like, he really hasn't aged much.
No. at once, like, they made him look older, I think, for Watchmen than he was.
They definitely did.
But then, like, after that, his career, like, took off. And
is it in The Conjuring? He's got to be like 40. He looks like he's like 32.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he. I think because he can play younger, he might actually be pretty good because he has the acting chops. I think to pull off the
because Max doesn't
emotional
talk a lot.
scenes.
Yeah, I'm like, Max doesn't talk a lot and he can emote well.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't be bad. I'm like, I would just want him like 5 years younger.
But I would like to see him with Sam Rockwell though. You know what
no,
I mean?
they'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great team.
Yeah, that'd be a fun pairing.
Yeah.
We'd have to make Goose live a little longer for that then.
Yes.
I'm like, yo, Goose gotta die like more towards the end then.
Make that be what pisses him off.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
For Fifi, I had The Rock.
The Rock with a mustache?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just because he's size and the bald head and everything like that. I'm like, because I was like, who the fuck else could play Fifi? No one really looks like this guy.
Yeah, no, not at all.
He's a very distinct looking dude.
Yeah.
Especially back then, finding another Fifi, good luck.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I was like, The Rock could play it. The Rock, I just don't know if he has the feminine nature to bring Fifi, because Fifi was quite feminine.
Yeah, because it looked like he was wearing a dickie. Like with nothing else.
He had some outfits, dude. Like,
because at first, he was wearing that with like a t-shirt and the leather jacket before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, maybe it's a scarf. And then you see him without just the pants and like the dickie, and you're like, oh, that's a dickie.
I was like, Fifi, very
I can
eccentric.
see your dickie.
Yeah, I'm like, he's very eccentric.
And he's watering plants.
Yeah, I'm like, that's what I was like, is Fifi?
With a cigar, right?
I was like, listen, Fifi might be, who knows?
If only he wasn't as old as he is right now, I bet Schwarzenegger would be a really good Fifi.
He'd be a fun Fifi.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking just the cigar.
The cigar, yeah. I'm thinking about Predator.
Cigars.
I'm thinking about Predator.
Oh my God, Jesse Ventura. If only he was a little younger.
Yeah.
Jesse Ventura would have been perfect.
Damn. Yeah, there's some guys.
But they're older
They're
now.
all old, man.
So,
like, that's what I was like, this was a hard one for now. That's what I
think
thought
you're right. The Rock is the only one.
That's what I was like, only dude who looks young enough, size.
Yeah.
You just have to fem him out.
Yeah.
Johnny the Boy, I had a good one. Barry Keoghan.
Oh, he would be incredible because he's good at those.
He's good at those weird, trippy, like psychological, psycho roles.
Yeah,
he's great at that. Like if you watch Killing of a Sacred Deer, you'll definitely see what I'm talking about there. For Bubba, obviously, like we said, I was like, dude, I want the dude who played Roy Batty, but obviously he's too old.
Yeah, and he's dead now.
And he's dead.
Yeah.
I had a hard time with this one. I said Bill Skarsgård, who played it. Just dye his hair blonde.
Yeah, and he's going to be the new Crow, too.
He is. It's like, just dye his hair blonde. And
yeah, I think you're right. Because who else?
That's a tough fucking cast, dude. No one looks like him at all. No one really acts like that guy either. He was another, like, one-of-a-kind, like, perfect cast.
If only they would let it. I bet Ezra Miller could knock it out of the park.
So, he was the one I was thinking of besides him, and I was like, they ain't gonna let him in the movie. Of course I thought about him,
he would... Like that eccentric.
I thought about.
He'd probably be a pretty good Max. I thought,
I was like, he could play either Max, Johnny the Boy, or Bubba.
Yeah.
I was like, he could play any one of them three.
Yeah.
I was like, he could be in Mad Max for sure. Because I thought about him. I was like, because I'm like, I need somebody in like their 30s, and I was like, of course, I was like, obviously, Austin Butler can't play Bubba.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Chalamet, Holland can't be in this movie.
No.
So I'm like, who else? What other white dudes in their 30s could work? I'm like, hell, I'm gonna have to get some black dudes. I'm like,
actually, yeah, you could.
I'm like, Lakeith had some blonde hair on the show Atlanta. He could play Bubba.
He could play anything.
Yeah, I mean, he really can.
Dude, he'd be a good Max.
He'd be a good Max. He'd be a fun Max.
Yeah,
he would go an ethnic route.
And imagine him and like Sam Rockwell.
Oh, that'd be fun. Like him as a big brother mentor type.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Oh.
He's becoming a chameleon, dude.
I think I like that better actually. Instead of thinking of him as just like a white Australian dude.
Yeah. Like, he could have just got to Australia by some weird shit. Something happened and he got stuck there. Post-apocalypse popped off, whatever, and he got stuck there. Because look at
Tina Turner's there.
Yeah, right? Why can't Lakeith be there, right?
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
For Jesse, I had Emilia Clarke.
You know what? And I probably won't be as pissed
You would
off.
like her a lot more. I was like, you'd like the character a lot more.
Yeah,
I just love Emilia Clarke. She's just good.
I just want to see her do a saxophone.
Yeah, she would. Hey, she'd make that saxophone hot though.
Yeah.
You know.
So. Now what about Sprock?
Of course, I was like, I'm not gonna.
Let's have him not have a child.
Yeah, we'll cut the kid. Yeah. Dude, he don't need a fucking kid. You don't raise him anyway.
Yeah,
kids get raised by wolves.
He's playing with your gun for
crying out loud. He's ready to kill himself. Like,
yeah.
Excuse me, he's ready to do some things.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get rid of the kid. But yeah, I like that a lot. I definitely think Jason Momoa would kill it.
Yeah, I was gonna say your pick for toe cutters.
That's why I was like, dude, you're gonna love my toe cutter.
Yeah, because I was going through my head like, who has the size and even the hair?
The hair. That's what I was like. Jason, yeah.
That's
a tough one. But I was like, he no one else.
Henry Cavill would probably be a good
Max. Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
If we want to keep him white, I like that a lot actually.
Yeah,
because you don't need to be the best actor.
No, because he doesn't have to really.
He don't speak that much.
Yeah, you just have
Max
to be
has
there.
the least amount of lines of all the main characters.
I would say Lakeith then as Bubba, because Bubba probably has more lines. Than Max.
That's what I'm like. Because he's a better actor.
Yeah, because you want to see him act and
have a little fun.
Yeah,
you want to see him stretch out because he would stretch out.
Yeah, especially with Momoa there.
Oh yeah, that would be a fun ass movie, dude. Yeah. That cast alone would just. Yeah, I'd want to see it just for the cast, so that'd be fun.
And especially after seeing like Henry Cavill in your movie Argylle.
Oh yeah,
which I love too. I do admit. But,
Argylle's fun.
Oh yeah. But like he can be humorous. Oh, I just figured out who could be Fifi.
Who?
Think about Argylle. John Cena.
Oh shit! How did I not think of him?
Because he would not mind being feminine or anything.
He can play that. He's a better actor than The Rock, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So like, dude, he's probably big as shit. Yeah, he'd have a lot of fun.
I'd love to see him with a mustache.
Dude, you should check out Ricky Stenicki on Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah, it just came out recently.
Yeah, it's goofy as fuck, but John Cena is funny as shit. Dude,
he was great in Peacemaker.
Yeah, dude, he's a beast. He's a beast. All right, I like that. I like that a lot.
Sorry, once I thought of Henry Cavill.
I like that a lot. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Unanswerable questions. We said a lot of them during it, but
like what now? Really,
dude? That's what I'm like. One. If you ain't watched the sequels, if you watching this like me, you're watching this for the first time. I was like, holy shit, where are we going from here? I was like, where are we going?
But even with the sequels, they don't answer like, does he go back to Fifi? You know, does he go back to being a bronze? Does he go back? Because what else does he have in his life?
Nothing, man. He's fucked. Yeah.
And what questions do you have? I'm just curious.
Dude, my main one was just like, where are we going? What's Max gonna do? Is he gonna move away? Is he gonna
because there's
pursuing law? Is he gonna I have no idea. I'm like, are you gonna
go
bad yourself?
Films.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like a lot of times good guys will go through something like this and they turn bad. You know? So I was like, Max could go in a lot of ways. That's why I thought the ending was pretty good. Because I'm like, you leaving a nice ambiguous ending for a sequel. You know, no matter how you do it, you're making people want to see a sequel.
Yes.
I thought that was done well.
But I just want to know if he went back because it would have been at the end of his couple weeks off.
Yeah. He's probably, he might have said, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, he might have. Now I think I'm okay. But he stole that car from them.
He did. He's like, I got to return it.
Yeah.
So, prop you want from the film? It's a new one I got for us.
Yeah, the prop, obviously the Pursuit Special.
Yeah, the Pursuit Special, or I'd take a regular Interceptor too.
Yeah,
I like the yellow. I thought that shit was pretty badass.
Yeah, the Interceptors were nice.
They were dope, bro. That's what I was like.
Especially Max's. It was a little more souped up.
Yeah. He got his own special one. That's what I was like. I would take any of the cop cars. Any of them I would take.
You don't want like any of the Leather Daddy outfits?
I was gonna say I was literally
Fifi's Leather Daddy outfit.
Literally about to say all the outfits can stay in the film. Give me one of the cars, bro. There's some movies I'm like, yo, I would take some of the clothes, but I'm like, this one they can keep all the gear, bro. They can keep all the gear.
But see, that outfit from him is like iconic because in the other films he still has it, but it's beat the fuck up.
That's kind of cool
because it's like years later he's still wearing the same thing, which I think shows like he still believes in what that badge meant.
Yeah.
Even if no one else does.
Yeah, that's kind of dope.
Which is why I wondered, did he go back for a little bit before something else happened? In the world, I mean.
Maybe.
Because something does happen in the world. They never go into it, though. But like things change even where he is. So some stuff had to happen for things to change. And those are unanswered questions. Like, I don't even know.
You watched all 4 of them.
I did.
Times,
I still don't know.
Yeah, well, that's kind of cool, though.
So it's like, it would make sense if he went back and then something happened. So then he would have been the only one left. So what's the point if you're the only one left?
Yeah, but I ain't going back. Fuck that. Yeah. I'm going to America. Yeah, give me my passport. All right, so let's grade it.
You know what? I'd give it a solid B or B+.
I was thinking a solid B.
Yeah.
That's where I was. I was
like 85 to 87.
I was like, I liked it. I thought it was good. I had a good time with it. You know, there's better action sci-fi movies, even though this film doesn't have much of a sci-fi aspect, except that they're in a dystopian future.
Yeah,
but,
sometime in the future.
Yeah.
Or a few years from now, I think is what it says in the beginning.
Yeah, I'm like, it's pretty much an action movie, but
it's kind of like a RoboCop future.
Yeah, it's
in '87. Their future was like 1990.
Yeah, it was a fun little buddy movie. You know, it kind of gave me like Thunderbolt and Lightfoot vibes with the 70s car chases and stuff, or kind of like that Dukes of Hazzard vibe. You know?
Cannonball Run.
Yeah, like all that shit. Like, so I thought it was cool. B, solid B.
Actually, yeah, Dukes of Hazzard, because their car was what, like a Charger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the cars were in this, but they reminded me of those like 70s muscle cars.
Yeah, it reminded me of like a Thunderbird or something.
Kind of, yeah.
I don't know. The Interceptors definitely were like some kind of a muscle car.
Yeah.
60s or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about old cars.
Yeah, me either.
I know about new cars, but I'm like, this is a motherfucker drive.
Yeah.
So, but all right, guys. So, well, next time, I don't know. Maybe we'll do Road Warrior.
If you watch Road Warrior and Thunderdome,
yeah, I was like, I should watch them. Try and watch them both.
Because Thunderdome, you can kind of gloss over pretty quickly because of like some of the story beats. But like Road Warrior, I think is more like Fury Road stylistically, and then we can touch upon some things in Fury Road because of what happens in Road Warrior.
All right.
Because I know you're anti-Fury Road.
I'm not anti. I just
well, you might appreciate it more when you see like what he was able to do practically, instead of like, you know, we did all this CGI, everything's in front of a green screen, but I think George Miller's still doing it like
he's old school.
Yeah,
and I do fuck with that.
And that's the amazing part.
I respect Fury Road. I respect it.
Yeah,
I just don't love it, but I respect it. There's a lot of movies like that. I feel like there's a lot of movies I respect that I don't necessarily love.
Yeah,
you know,
I love Tom Hardy as Mad Max though. I thought he's really
incredible,
good.
Dude. Tom Hardy's good in everything he's in. I think he's the best part of that movie.
Yeah, like even
and
though
everyone loves Furiosa, but I thought Tom was the man.
Even though he's taken over for obviously Mel Gibson, like he did a great job of like, I won't say seamlessly because Tom Hardy has. He still had like Bane's body.
Yeah. He's fucking huge still.
Yeah, so it's like Mel Gibson never had a Bane body.
Hell no.
Because they filmed it, I think, in 2012, which would have been right after he would have filmed The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, you ain't losing all that muscle mass right away.
Yeah. So he made Max. In a way, it was kind of like when Daniel Craig became James Bond. I believe he's doing all this parkour shit or trying to.
Yeah.
Even though he's like busting through walls, like I believe he could do it because of his body.
His prowess, yeah, for sure. All right, well, we'll figure that out. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I am Dom.
I am Jamie.
And this has been The Cutting Room Floor.